So you may have heard that Social Security spousal benefits can pay up to half of the higher earner's benefit. But here's the catch. It rarely works out that neatly. In fact, many people are surprised when they end up receiving much less than they expected. That misunderstanding can lead to costly mistakes, like quitting your job too soon or making irreversible financial moves that can backfire later. So in this video, I'm going to break down how spousal benefits really work, why they're often misunderstood, and what you can do to avoid the most common pitfalls. It's always important to discuss Social Security claiming strategies with your tax and financial advisors before making any decisions. All right, let's start with the basics. A few years back, things changed. There used to be all kinds of cool claiming strategies a decade ago, like filing restricted applications. But the administration firmed those loopholes up and basically said, if you were born after 1954, all those other cool strategies are no longer available. So if you haven't claimed yet and are listening to outdated information, you could be costing yourself a lot of money. If you are born after 1954, this is how it works. If you're the lower earning spouse or you didn't pay into Social Security at all, you may be eligible for up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit, which is known as their PIA or primary insurance amount. But two main rules have to be met. Number one, your higher earning spouse must already be collecting benefits. And number two, you need to start collecting your spousal benefit at your own full retirement age or later. And let's tack on a third condition. There can't be any complicated factors in your situation. These might include a divorce where you're able to claim on your former spouse's benefits, a qualifying child living in the house, or a government pension. Unfortunately, many couples don't realize these three rules until it's too late. And because people often talk about switching to a spousal benefit, there's a lot of confusion about what that actually means. Are you switching your entire benefit? Or are you getting a top-off added to your own retirement benefit? That distinction matters a lot. More on that in a bit. Okay, spousal benefits can include two pieces. The benefit that you've earned from your own work history and the spousal top-off, the amount added to bring you up to the spousal maximum. Let's say that your own benefit at full retirement age is $1,000 and your spouse's is $3,000 a month. You may be eligible for a spousal benefit of $1,500, which means you get a $500 spousal benefit on top of your own $1,000 benefit. But if you never worked outside the home or never paid into Social Security, then your entire benefit would be spousal. That full amount only comes if all the conditions are met, especially taking benefits at full retirement age. So to figure out the spousal benefit, start with the higher earner's PIA and divide it by 2. That's the maximum spousal benefit. Then subtract the lower earner's PIA, and it might be 0. The result is the top-off amount. You then add that to the lower earner's own benefit if they have one. For example, let's say Jennifer's PIA is $3,000 and her husband Colin's is $800. Half of Jennifer's benefit is $1,500. Subtract Colin's $800 and the top off is $700. Add that to his $800 base benefit and Colin would get $1,500 per month. But if Colin didn't qualify for his own benefit, the full $1,500 would come from the spousal benefit. And this is important to understand as we dive deeper, because the timing of when you claim benefits plays a huge role. Here are two key items to understand. First, if the lower earning spouse claims before reaching their full retirement age, they will never receive the full 50% spousal benefit, period. That's a rule that's surprising. Many people assume they will get the 50% benefit no matter what. Second, there's no spousal benefit to collect unless the higher earner is already collecting. In our example, if Colin claims his own benefit at 63, but Jennifer waits until 67, Colin won't get any spousal top-off until Jennifer begins collecting. Colin will just get his reduced benefit for claiming early. Confused? Well, you might be, and that's why I use sophisticated planning software to model different scenarios for my clients. But you can actually run your own situation through the free tool Open Social Security, which allows you to input your actual numbers and test different claiming strategies. It's a great way to see in real time how things like timing affect your payout. If you take a look at it, let me know down in the comments your thoughts about the tool. All right, using Colin and Jennifer again. Jennifer's full retirement age benefit is $3,000 and Colin's is $800. If Colin claims at 63 and Jennifer waits a few years until age 67, Colin starts collecting a reduced benefit early based on his own benefit, but won't see a spousal top-off until Jennifer begins her own benefit. This is exactly how a spouse can end up with less than 50% of the primary earner's benefit. The combined amount would be less than half of Jennifer's benefit because Colin claimed before his full retirement age, reducing his benefit. Now imagine Colin had no benefit at all. In that case, once Jennifer starts collecting, Colin could receive the full $1,500 spousal benefit, but only if he waits until his full retirement age to do so. Let's clear this up. Delaying the higher earner's benefit past full retirement age doesn't increase the spousal benefit at all. The spousal benefit is based strictly on the higher earner's PIA at full retirement age. And most people watching this, that's age 67. It's not based on the delayed retirement credits. So if Jennifer waits until 70, Colin still only qualifies for a spousal benefit based on the $3,000 figure, not the higher benefit Jennifer may receive by delaying. Make sense? All right, good. That doesn't mean that the higher earning spouse shouldn't delay. Delaying increases their credits by roughly 8% per year, and delaying increases survivor benefits. If Jennifer delays and passes away first, Colin would inherit her full benefit, including those delayed retirement credits. So the delay strategy is more helpful for maximizing the surviving spouse's income, not the spousal benefit. This can make a huge difference if there's a big age gap between the two spouses and the higher earning spouse is the older spouse who passes away before the second one. See the Forest Through the Trees is more than a channel, it's a community. Get a private membership for just $2.99 a month and get perks like early video access. Click that join button to learn more. One common approach that couples take is what's called a split strategy. The higher earner delays benefits until age 70 to maximize the amount, while the lower earner starts theirs early at age 62. This ensures that some income starts flowing into the household while maximizing the survivor benefit in case the higher earner passes away first. But even this strategy needs to be modeled carefully. Remember, early claiming by the lower earner means any spousal top-off will be reduced. And if they claim too early, they may never get even close to the 50% mark. So again, it comes back to timing. Delaying benefits could be part of a larger tax strategy. If you postpone Social Security, you may be able to do larger Roth conversions or tap into retirement accounts with lower taxable income. And that can make a big difference over the long term. At the end of the day, you can choose when to claim your benefits, but going in blind could cost you thousands of dollars over the course of your retirement. For some people, hundreds of thousands. The key is understanding how spousal benefits really work and how your choices impact the outcome. You don't need to get the full 50% for a strategy to be successful, but you do need to know what you're aiming for and what trade-offs come with early or late claiming. If you find this video helpful, make sure to share it with a friend who might be exploring these issues and smash that like button. And if you own a business and are interested in optimizing your financial planning, you can get started working with me today by visiting celestialwm.com and clicking the Start Here tab to schedule an initial call. Still not sure that you want to talk? Well, head over to my resource center and learn more about my financial planning process by watching my 35-minute complimentary training. And make sure to check out this video next for even more ways to supercharge your net worth.